Well, my name is Anna Berest and I represent Macmillan Education. Actually, I'm based in Moscow right now, and it's rather dark now outside, well, it's really early today in the morning in Moscow now. We have four hours distance, so minus 4 hours here. And besides, I also represent Macmillan International Curriculum. And today the literacy program, which I'm going to talk about, comes from the international curriculum series. And it's rather exciting how we can implement the international programs in the Russian context, because we know it's absolutely different, and we have English as a second, English as a foreign language, not as a second language. And the literacy program for children is really something very special. And actually my job involves traveling a lot to different educational institutions, organizations, clubs. And I rather often, I constantly talk to teachers, and a lot of teachers inquire or ask questions about the literacy programs which we can recommend, because there is a demand on teaching proper reading and writing before the primary course, so like a foundation level for any English language course the children start. And well, it would be great if I can use the chat now, and just because I wanted to ask a question, well, when do you recommend to your students to start teaching reading and writing in your clubs, in your schools, in your organizations? I will just pause and take a look at the chat. Yeah, okay. Great, so please use your chat and type in the proper age to start teaching reading and writing. Could it be 5 or 4 years old? Or it's too early? 6, 7, 7, 8, okay. Could it be, 6, 7, could it be a bit earlier, say at the age of 5? Do you think it's appropriate to start from the age of 5? No, 6 is the minimum, yeah? Okay. 5 is not appropriate. So as far as I can see, yeah, thank you. Yeah, it depends. It depends, of course, on many factors. If the children come from bilingual families, it depends greatly. Well, when they're able to speak and understand, 7 or 8. Okay, thank you. Well, the literacy program which we are going to discuss today has 2 levels, the foundation level and year 1. And the foundation level is actually this basic level which we introduce using any phonics system. And I will try to go in depth with to go into the details of these literacy programs. So today we are going to discuss the types of phonics which exist, the synthetic phonics characteristics, because it's the main focus of our discussion today, and its benefits, which have been approved and which have been shown by a lot of scientists all over the world. The method of teaching, and I will show you, so I will try to explain you today in our short session how to teach using the synthetic phonics. And to prove my words, I will show you the professional video from the classroom, which is a very curious experience, I guess, for you, and I hope the video will work smoothly, well, at least in this session. And the classroom tips, which I picked up from one of the authors of our series of Snappy Sounds program, but that's a literacy expert, Charlotte Rance, and I can also recommend the webinars by Charlotte, where she gets into very peculiarities and the details of teaching synthetic phonics and implementing this approach in your classroom. Well, first of all, let's discuss the types of phonics that exist in the world. Yeah, phonics is the system of teaching reading and writing. We know it. There are three types which nowadays are rather popular, but the type we are discussing today is underlined because it's the, well, it has gained the most popularity all over the world. However, the analytical type of phonics exists, and well, it mainly deals with analyzing different sounds and the way these sounds are represented in written form. So the graphemes, yeah, the phonemes, the way we pronounce the sound, and the graphemes, the way we write the sounds. And probably one of the disadvantages of these type of phonics is could be the lack of systematic approach, because occasionally, yeah, children come across different sounds and they analyze them. Even if they are prepared, they are not systemized. Another type of phonics is embedded phonics, which is usually, well, which we meet a lot in coursebooks. For example, yeah, when we teach past simple with the regular verbs, we come across different ways of pronouncing the ending ed, like t, d, or id. And in this case, we embed, so we include, yeah, the phonics into our program. Well, it could be argued that not all of the sounds, and it is proved that not all of the sounds which are required and which children really need at foundation level, not all the sounds are grasped by this embedded phonics system. That's why mainly in the European world, in UK, besides in the USA curriculum, in Australian curriculum, the synthetic phonics approach takes the advantage because it's systematic, yeah, and it introduces the sounds from the easiest, yeah, and the most common sounds, and moves on to more complicated issues and to more complicated graphemes and sound combinations. Synthetic phonics, yeah, that's the connection, actually, that's the connection between phonemes, so the way we pronounce, yeah, the sounds, and graphemes, the way we write the sounds. And synthetic phonics actually covers so many issues, yeah. Besides the sounds, we learn the sounds, how to pronounce them correctly. Yeah, we don't learn ABC, we learn A, B, K, D, F, G, and so on. We learn the graphemes or written letters to represent the phonemes. And, you know, with graphemes, it's absolutely crazy because sometimes in English words, for example, the word 8, yeah, just take a look, we have four letters, yeah, 4 graphemes to represent one sound, A. It requires proper learning, because if we just tune into or well, dive into this English world of reading and writing, we could really experience many problems with our children just not understanding how to read it properly. And it's not always the memory which can help us in this case, I mean, memorizing the words. The next level, yeah, of learning, of covering the synthetic phonics approach is to learn how to blend the phonemes. Well, for example, we have the word cat, yeah? Cat is blending, is when we combine all the sounds, all the phonemes to read the word properly. But if we go further, if we move further, so mentally, this is the higher level for our children of cognitive activity, is to learn how to segment the phonemes. Since our children are equipped, yeah, with the skill of blending the phonemes, of combining them, we learn them to divide and to hear the separate phoneme, the separate sound. In the same word cat, yeah, we ask them how many phonemes does this word have? And we try with children using kinesthetic, using gestures, yeah, to segment the phonemes, like k, a, t. Okay, 3 phonemes here. So it's the easiest word, yeah, cat, but the more levels, yeah, you go higher, the more complicated words occur. And at these complicated levels, at these challenging levels, let's call them this way, we can see that a phoneme can be represented in multiple ways, yeah? And we start from, for example, introducing the sound A, yeah, like in the word day, with the grapheme AY, and then move to a really exciting level when we have 4 graphemes to represent one sound, like in the word 8. So graphemes can include up to 4 letters. Yeah, it's not only the word 8, it's, well, we know a lot of words like daughter, enough, and yeah, we could continue this list of words. And what's also interesting about English language, that one grapheme can make multiple sounds. And I hope you can see it here in the slide. For example, the grapheme EA, like in the word steak, yeah, is pronounced like A. In the word here, it's absolutely different sound. Then the word pear, peach, and there are more words to add to these multiple presentations of graphemes. So the benefits, yeah, the benefits of using synthetic approach. You can see we have outlined 5 of them. It has been proved, and there are also the experiments. Well, the experiments were conducted with the children in class 3, yeah, in the form 3, where the literacy skills were analyzed, and there were 2 groups of children. One group which has covered the foundation and year 1 level of phonics, of synthetic phonics system in the kindergarten. So when they started their main course, yeah, they were equipped with these basic skills of reading and writing, and they were quite ready to move on forward. And another group, yeah, consisted of children who lacked this proper literacy program. Somehow they came across, but it was not systematic. And the research, well, the investigations showed us fantastic results. That the spoken fluency, the fluency, yeah, of speaking, the fluency of reading, the pronunciation, the ability to read independently, and the ability to spell the words properly, in spite of the fact that, yeah, a lot of graphemes represent one sound. So all of these discoveries were outlined by the experts, yeah, who were conducting this experiment, and this gives us the proof of synthetic phonics being implemented all over the world, just because of the benefits of systematic approach and systematic method of introducing the sounds and practicing them in reading and in writing. And coming to more practical issues, well, take a look at this page. It's from a decodable reader, and you can see a fantastic a fantastic phrase here, fantastic sentence. I am at a mat, yeah, I am Tam, and here's a mat, we can see it in the picture. When do you think the children would be able to read this sentence, starting from the first day of any literacy program? Please use your chat and type in what could be probably the week. Which week can we start with our children reading these types of sentences? I'm at a mat. Yeah, we know, we see the sounds are rather simple. Which week, yeah, of learning any literacy program could we ask our children to read this sentence? 2 or 3. Okay, after 2 or 3 weeks, thank you, Elena, we could suggest our children 3 or 4. Okay, we could suggest, yeah, our children to read such a simple sentence. All right, 2, 3, 3, 4, probably, yes, but in our, in our system, in our program, yeah, it is recommended after week 1. So in the end of week 1, we suggest our children reading the first book in English with these simple sentences. But how does it happen? Yeah, it doesn't happen by magic. What helps us? So in any literacy program, probably the key issue is the sequence, yeah, the lesson sequence. And each young learners program, as you know, requires the routine tasks which repeat themselves, which are clear and comprehensive for our students, and which gives them the feeling of safety because they know what's going to happen next. But we can add, yeah, or give the variety of tasks using fantastic simple steps like I do, we do, you do. So well, throughout one period, yeah, of our routine, or one stage of our routine tasks, for example, we revise the sound that we have learned before. We can work in 3 different types, yeah. Like first, I'm a teacher. I introduce the material, and we do section, yeah, when we drill the material which was given, and you do is the stage where we provide the independent practice for our teachers, for our students, sorry. And what's really important here to consider is at first, whenever we introduce any literacy program, whenever we teach any sound and grapheme, we have to practice a lot listening and saying before we move on to productive stages like writing and reading. So without this proper drilling and the independent freer practice, we do not move on to the next stages. As you can see, well, I have the placement here. During week 1, we suggest to cover such simple sounds like s, t, m, p, and a. So using these sounds, we'll move on later. A moment, we are still accepting the guests. We are move on to the other types of activities. And that's where you see the card. Well, I have it also here with me. Using the cards, the flashcards, of course, we use, besides the cards, we use a lot of material to introduce and practice the sounds. We have also special videos, for example, to support introducing and learning the sounds. But what's more important is the structure. On the back cover of the card, we have the full lesson plan of introducing and practicing the sound. And whenever our children are ready to write, we can suggest the writing activity, which is given as a supplementary material, because it is also the question. Well, it depends. Again, it depends when you introduce writing, because sometimes this synthetic approach, synthetic method is used without writing, just on reading, and is based on reading. And it depends on the needs of the school and the curriculum of the school. Since our children are, well, they are aware, and they have learned these sounds, the way the sound, is pronounced, they can, our students can hear and recognize the sound. They can blend the sounds, and they can segment, the sounds in the words. They have written the sounds in words, and probably they have colored something, or in this special worksheet, which is devoted to each sound separately. Then we can suggest our children to start reading, and that's where magic comes, and that's where we use the first decodable readers with our very, very early learners. And very importantly, as we use in more grown-up groups, when we introduce any text, we pre-teach the words which they might not know. Sometimes we call them sight words, so the sight words or high-frequency words, which are grasped by our children naturally from the context, should be introduced before. Here we will see the 3 words like a, the, and I, which children are going to meet in the text, and we have to pre-teach them, of course. Then we practice the sounds, which our children already know, because you remember they have learned them throughout the week. And then we, with our children, we read the words as a startup activity, before we move on to the reader and start reading, actually. And then when our children see the text, the sentence like this, they're not afraid anymore to read, because they know the sounds, and the words like I and a have been introduced before. We are supported by the pictures, which give us the context, but the pictures are not so highly predictable for us. Otherwise, any decodable reader, must make sense, must be engaging and interesting for children. So it shouldn't be very predictable. And after we have completed, after we have read the story, we have the comprehension questions for our children. And you see the questions. What happened first and whenever I ask the teachers, well, whenever we discuss with teachers the possibilities of implementing the synthetic phonics program, they always ask me, okay, how is it possible that our children who haven't studied past simple at all, how is it possible that they can recognize and can understand what is meant here? Well, here are many solutions. First of all, in this story, we ask our children actually to read the sentence which is the answer to our question. So if they experience problems with understanding, because then the questions will repeat themselves and they will already get to know what the word happened means. If they experience problems at this stage, since we are in the Russian context, we can translate some of the words, and it's not prohibited if we use language one, our native language, to support understanding of our students. However, if you try implementing this approach gradually and use the teaching tips which are given to you by the language experts and literacy experts, you will see the difference and you will see how the children react and respond. Much depends also on your gestures, on the way you introduce, and you work with the reader. But these comprehension questions are covered rather smoothly, well, after week one. That's why your students say in week 3, they will be absolutely equipped with answering the questions, and they will know the strategy, how to do this. Also, we can practice the words after we have read, and here we can play the games to read the word quickly as fast as they can. So fluency here is what matters, because we have already worked on the sounds, on the context, we have discussed the meaning, and now the fluency comes. And here we also, well, we always advise to watch as many professional development videos as possible. And well, I guess if you are participating in this CPD conference, I'm sure you are interested in professional development, continuous professional development. And I will try to show you the video now with the expert. And you will see the part of a lesson where the teacher introduces the sounds and revises the previous ones. Let's see if we can do this. Give me a moment, please. Just a moment. Oh, I will try to make it smaller, but it takes time. Sorry. One more minute. Okay, I start demonstrating again. And you will see now the video, I hope. Okay. Could anybody, just a moment. Could anybody take the mic and say that you can see it? Or type it in the chat?
Yes.
Yes. Great. Okay, thank you. So we move on.
Hello, girls and boys. Hi, Kristen. Lovely. Class. Yes, yes. Class, any class? Yes. Beautiful. Sounds like and starts with Man. Well done. Okay, ready? Sounds like and starts with P. Man. Well done. Sounds like Og. Starts with ool. Dog, well done. Sounds like Og. Starts with D. Dog, well done. We're going to pull some sounds apart now. Okay, so I'm going to start off with the word. The first word is tan. Okay, I'm going to show you how to pull the sounds apart. We're going to stretch them out. Ready? Tan. Okay, now you're going to stretch it. Ready? Now we're going to chop it. Ready? Okay, now we're going to do one together. Let's see if we can break up the sound of mat. Ready? Mat. I'm going to see if you can put the sounds back together with some getting up and down. Ready? Can you stand up? Can you hop? Can you jog? Jog. Okay, can you sit? Beautiful. Sit down for me. Okay. This sound is good. This sound is good. Lovely. Good, okay. Let me pull out another name. Sophie. What's this sound? Good girl. Let me have a look at another one. Casper. What's this sound? Well done, beautiful. And. Okay, let's do it together. And. Good. Let's do it together. Mat. Good. See if you can read this one for me. We'll all do these ones together. Mat. And this one? Pat. Beautiful. And this one? Tat. Beautiful. And this one? Hit. Turn to your partner and tell them what this one is. Sound it out. Tell your partner what this one is. This one is it. Well done. Okay, tell your partner what this one is. Tell your partner. Beautiful. Okay, this is for Polly. Where's Polly? You're there, Polly? Okay, can you do the sounds for me? Sound it out. Good girl. Nice job, Polly. Excellent. Okay, so now I'm going to shuffle them a little bit and see if we can read them a bit faster. Ready? See if we can do them without sounding out this time. What's this one? Does it have a t at the end? What's this last sound? Mat. Beautiful. What about this one? Pat. Good. Everybody looking. Everybody, what's this one? Tap. Good.
All right. So that's the video I wanted to show you. I guess it has really a lot of practical tips. And I will continue with my presentation. Did you like the video?
Анна, мы видео не видели, мы слушали звук, но пытались визуализировать.
Sorry, there was no video.
No video, no video. Just the frozen picture.
Oh. Oh my God. You, I guess, yeah, we have to move on. Well, I hope life, unfortunately, the start demonstrating the presentation. Can you see it now? Can you see the presentation? Yes, okay, great, thank you. Well, it's a pity you haven't seen the video. I'm sorry I didn't take a look at the chat, but there are really a lot of professional videos here recorded for you to show how it works in the real classroom with real children and how it's implemented in the classrooms in the British kindergartens. Well, the classroom tips which were collected, yeah, and which are recommended by our literacy expert, well, are here, and you can ask about 5 or 6 lessons per week, so it's too much for phonics, yeah. Well, of course, if you introduce synthetic phonics, it requires the time, and it requires at least 3 sessions per week to grasp the curriculum without decodable readers. And of course, without decodable readers, not using the readers, yeah, we don't give our students the chance to for this independent practice and implementation of the skills and knowledge in outside the classroom and using extra materials. That's why 5 lessons per week are highly recommended. But the lessons can vary in time, because if you do not use extra lessons, so they can be at minimum 30 minutes. It's the minimum for phonics lesson. From the experience of talking with the Russian language clubs, yeah, and language studios which implement this type of literacy program, they say that they include these lessons, so phonics lesson, in the language program. They highlighted for parents that these are the extra lessons devoted to literacy, and besides they have at least 3 lessons per week with the phonics. Of course, if the phonics is not engaging, is not active, if there's no kinesthetic, yeah, element in it, it's not fun and it's not interesting. Here we are, and our fantasy will help us to use as many devices, resources, and well, instruments to implement it better. Involve the whole class. Unfortunately, you didn't see it in the video, but there was the whole class, and in that group there were about 15 children. So it's the real classroom in well, Probably in the state kindergartens, yeah, the classrooms could be like 30 students. But if it's a private kindergarten, I guess it's not more than 15. Again, spoken first, written second. That's the key, the golden rule of teaching literacy. You do not move to reading and writing before you have learned and practiced the speaking and listening and recognizing the sounds and recognizing the graphemes. And practice phonics whenever possible. I guess it's the golden rule for ELT. Mainly, yeah, we should practice as many. We should practice as often as possible, even 5 minutes a day. Yeah, it can give us a lot. Well, we in Macmillan have the Snappy Sounds program, and I use the resources from this Snappy Sounds series. The unique thing about this Synthetic Phonics program, early literacy program, is the electronic library. This electronic library represents the application where you have all the books, all these decodable readers online, and it's up to you whether you use the paper-based decodable readers, and each child, yes, it's with the book, which adds, of course, this magic touch and smell of the book. But in our circumstances, especially this year, the electronic library could be a good solution, yeah, and you can just flick through the pages and show the same book, yeah, on a huge screen and work with children without any paper-based reader. This series, Snappy Sounds, includes the teacher's books, which have actually the code inside, which gives access to this digital library for 4 years. And that is a good, well, value for money, really, because the application with the readers inside will work during 4 years for you, and the whole systematic approach is supplemented by the readers. Besides it, so the lesson kit contains teaching cards, which each card represents each sound and the full lesson plan. And there's also the digital library, yeah, which I have mentioned before. Well, and the key features, yeah, of this Synthetic Phonics program and Snappy Sounds series in Macmillan, there's of course early reading and writing, and sometimes teachers ask, can we start at the age of 5? Yes, with foundation level, you can start at the age of 5, and year 1 you can grasp at year 6, and then they are fully equipped to go to school, yeah, with 2 fundamental levels of reading and writing program. But it requires time and effort from the language club and from students and parents. It should be systematic, yeah. If you just skip some of the exercises or some of the sounds, well, then it doesn't work, because it's the fantastic system which is highly implemented throughout the world. This synthetic approach, yeah, program covers all 44 sounds of English, and you see how many graphemes, so it's even more, over 120 graphemes. The foundation and year 1, so these 2 levels are included in the program, but the foundation level, so we have the cases when schools adopt only foundation program at the age of 7 with the children to support the programs, the English language programs. They do not move on to year 1, but they move to, general course of English language at the age of 8, so in class 2, in the form 2, with proper foundation level of reading and writing skills, and the children feel safe when they move to these language courses, primary language courses, after even the foundation level, because they're able to read rather complicated sentences, texts, structures. Clear teaching approach. So as you see, there's a fantastic sequence for each lesson, and it gives it gives clarity to both, to children and to students, to children and to teachers. And without proper teacher support, this system doesn't work. That's why we have the teachers' books, we have the professional videos, we have extra theoretical videos just to expand your horizons, and we have these teaching cards with absolutely written and in details, with a detailed lesson plan for each lesson. The decodable readers, which are in paper and online. The digital library of all the books included. And I guess the final point, which I added from, it's my individual thing, which really matters a lot, is the visual literacy. Nowadays in ELT world, visual literacy is discussed, is being highly discussed. And we know that we have visual learners now, and the visual support, as much as possible, is fundamental for our students, because we respond to their needs, to the needs of these children from absolutely different generation. With Instagram and other media, social media and social channels, where a lot of photos, a lot of videos go through. I guess that's all what concerns my presentation. And now I move on, I stop demonstrating the screen and move on to the chat. I guess you have the questions.
Can we try and watch the video again?
Let's try. And while I'm trying again to watch to show you the video, I invite you to type in the questions in the chat box. Okay. So let's start again. Can you see it now?
It's paused, is it?
It's paused.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Can I please ask you to say if you can see it now?
Hi, girls and boys.
Hi, Kristen.
Lovely. Class.
Yes, yes.
Class, any class?
Yes, yes.
Beautiful. Sounds like and starts with Man. Well done. Okay, ready? Sounds like and starts with P. And well done. Sounds like og starts with ul. Dog, well done. Sounds like og
Sorry. We'll continue.
starts with d. Dog, well done. We're going to pull some sounds apart now. Okay, so I'm going to start off with the word. The first word is tan. Okay, I'm going to show you how to pull the sounds apart. We're going to stretch them out. Ready? Tan. Okay, now you're going to stretch it. Ready? Now we're going to chop it. Ready? Okay, now we're going to do one together. Let's see if we can break up the sound of mat. Ready? Mat. I'm going to see if you can put the sounds back together with some getting up and down. Ready? Can you stand up? Can you up? Hop? Can you jog? Good. Jog. Okay, can you sit down for me? Okay. This sound is good. This sound is good. Lovely. Good, okay. Let me pull out another name. Sophie. What's this sound? Good girl. Let me have a look at another one. Caspar. What's this sound? Well done, beautiful. And. Okay, let's do it together. And. Good. Let's do it together. Mat. Good. See if you can read this one for me. We'll all do these ones together. Mat. And this one? Pat. Beautiful. And this one? Tat. Beautiful. And this one? Hit. Turn to your partner and tell them what this one is. Sound it out. Tell your partner what this one is. This one is sit. Well done. Okay, tell your partner what this one is. Tell your partner. Beautiful. Okay, this is for Polly. Where's Polly? You're there, Polly? Okay, can you do the sounds for me? Sound it out. Good girl. Nice job, Polly. Excellent. Okay, so now I'm going to shuffle them a little bit and see if we can read them a bit faster. Ready? See if we can do them without sounding out this time. What's this one? Does it have a t at the end? What's this last sound? Mat. Beautiful. What about this one? Hat. Good. Everybody looking. Everybody, what's this one? Tat. Good.